Thank you, everyone. On online, people can hear me? Guessing yes.
Not you had someone.
Okay, I only see one person.
No, there are others. Right.
Okay.
13.
Okay.
Yes.
So we'll start with one-time Gayatri mantra. I'll talk about that mantra a little later, but for now, let's meditate upon a rising sun. And Shashwat, if the lamp has not lighted, we'll just light it with that. So we are, the way everyday sun rises, let the internal sun of our life also rise and create a beautiful sunrise in our life. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tasya Viturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. So today we're going to talk about ashrams, sanskars, and success in life. PPT is not moving. Okay. So human life cycle, typical. So this is outline of a presentation. We'll talk about a little bit on that. Vedic wisdom, ashram, sanskars, what are the tools of the trade, and then we'll go over the individual ashrams and sanskars, and then some of the out of practice sanskars as well, because there are 16. So it's about 100 years, aging of human body and mind, birth, infancy, childhood, adolescence, adulthood. Adulthood has like early, peak, and late, and then death, and then each age comes with a new realization, better understanding of life, and change of perspectives, right? And time never comes back, so use it or lose it. And Vedic wisdom is all about how to manage each stage in the best possible way, how to do the right thing at the right age, how to avoid the remorse that, hey, I wish I had done that. That always happens at the time of death. There's a whole science behind it. And how do you reach the ultimate goal of life, which is the truth, ultimate strength, ultimate bliss, freedom from the karma debts, and eventually win over the death, which is existence of everlasting joy and strength. So ashrams are 4 major time divisions of human lifespan. Sanskars are performs for transitioning of life into different stages across the 4 ashrams. So you can say divide life into 4 parts, and then within that you have further milestones. Tools of the trade Gayatri mantra for the righteous mind, which we already chanted. It says, O creator of the universe, we meditate upon supreme splendor. May thy radiant power illuminate our intellects, destroy our sins, and guides us to the right path. Right? This is a picture which explains how it has a Gayatri mantra has 24 letters, and then there's a Om Bhurvasa, which is called Vyaharatis or preambles. And when you say this whole mantra, how it encompasses or covers your entire existence, right? So we are body, mind, and soul, all in one in every bit of it, right? It's not like body is here and mind is somewhere else and soul is somewhere else, right? Every cell of human body has its own intelligence, its own soul, its own physical existence, right? So it's all combined together. So I'll just demonstrate how it is. So our rishis found like 24 centers of our body, and that's how we have 24 hours in a day. That's how we have 24 kalas of any avatar. Incarnations, we say they are by their kala or virtues, how many they have. So you measure like Lord Ram as a 12 kala, Krishna as a 16 kala, Buddha as 18 kala, and then there is a perfect one about to come yet to come is Kalki, which is 24 kala, right? So Parshuram was 6 kala. So I think Para Avatar must be 3 kalas or 4 kalas. So there is a whole, you can search online to see how these 10 incarnations vary in there, how they can grow in higher potency, right? So, but in all, it's 24 kalas that our Vedas says. So we have same way 24 chakras, 24 hours in a day. We have the way it goes is Om starts with your crown. Bhu is on your right side of your brain. Bhuvaha in the center of your forehead. Swaha is on the left side. Tat is at the Yagya chakra. Then it goes Sa, Vi, Tu, Va. Re is nose. Ni is your mouth. Yam is your chin. And Bha is your throat. Go is at your center of your chest. Then Deva Sya. Sya stands at your navel. Dhimahi is, I'll just show it right here, Dhimahi as a tailbone. Then right to left, Yo from your right shoulder. Then Yo Naha. Then Pracho Dayat. So that's how it kind of encompasses all your chakras. So how it kind of covers your entire existence. That's the mantra, and then there is also a yagya. So as you can see, it works on your inside. It builds you as a person, right? Create a divinity within yourself to become a perfect human being. So that's the whole mantra is. The purpose of the mantra is to awaken you, right? So it's your internal build-up, your personality build-up, your spiritual, material development. And then yagya is when you expand yourself, because we do not survive on our own. Even if you are isolated on an island, you still need air, water, oxygen, and plants and something to survive, right? So there's a whole orchestra of nature, and we are just part of it. So it's like a harmonious living with nature, plants, animals, people, right? So it just, but it begins with this simple, people are the hardest to harmonize with. So when the initial time of any sage, they would spend into the nature to kind of harmonize with the nature, and then they come in the society and try to also bring in people together. It helps them develop faster in their with less of a disturbances from the outside world, right? So that's how they used to practice yoga in their life. So these two are the integral part of our culture. These are the main foundations. You can call Gayatri as a mother. Mother is the one which takes care of your health and your happiness and your joy and your upbringing, your nourishment, right? And Father is the one which protects you from the external forces. It lets you expand, right? Father is outreach. You're known by your father's name because the whole world knows you. The external part of the world knows you through your father, and you are inside all made up by your mother, right? So that's how they complement each other. So together, responsible thoughts and actions, spirituality and science, inner and outer refinement, spiritual and material success, intelligence and energy, yoga and thap, and life and its success, right? You need to live a life to be able to succeed in anything. So there's a one picture. I also have a picture right on the stage. So it was our rishis created pictures to convey something. So when you go to temple, in Hindi we said we went to temple for darshan, right? Darshan in English meaning, in English equivalent is philosophy. Darshan doesn't mean see. Darshan in philosophy in Indian language is called Darshan Shastra, right? So Darshan really mean about kind of creating a understanding of something through it. So every picture, it's like a picture is worth million words, right? 1,000 words at least. So instead of telling you a long theory about something, our sages created pictures to convey the things. I don't know whether you can see everything on the right side, but you can see if you go top down, there's a water. Water means calm, peace, purity. Um, there's a swan on top. Swan means strength and discipline in life, strength and character building through discipline. Why swan? Swans live in very pristine places, and they are probably the strongest bird as well. They live very disciplined life. They pair for life, right? So one of the beauty of these bird. It is said that in ancient times, the swan, if you mix water and milk, they will let out the water and just drink the milk. If you put together bugs and the pearls, then they will just eat pearls. So they had a very strong sense of right and wrong. So, and they are the strongest, mightiest bird. They cross the whole Himalayan range. There's nothing can cross it, right? Even eagles cannot meet that, and they are the long distance birds. So they migrate from Siberia all the way to Indian continent. So I think these are the highest discipline character birds, strongest bird, and that gives us a message that living a disciplined life through which you can build the strength, right? And the higher character. So that's the basis of everything. That's why it's a bird. It's a vehicle of Gayatri. That's why in ancient time there was like in Muslims they do 3 times or maybe 5 times prayers. We used to do 3 times prayers, morning, noon, and evening, matching with the sunrise, noon, middle sun, and the sunset. And they were called Trikal Sandhyas, and the only thing they would do is Gayatri Mantra. Even in Mahabharata times, we know in the wars, they used to have breaks for this, right? You don't need a break in the morning, but you definitely need a break in the noon. So there was a break in that time. And everybody starting from Krishna, Arjun, Pandavas, even from the Kauravas family, the army, they used to take part into this. And that's how, through their daily discipline, they could create so much of strength that war seems a myth to us. It seems like it's impossible to have such a weapon, such strength, right? And such an endurance. So these are all like things seems impossible to us, but the whole culture, if you see of that time, they're very disciplined people. Bhishma, like he did such a great pledge of his life, and every kings and everybody. I mean, all the stories of Mahabharata, you can read the whole Mahabharata starting from I don't know the first king all the way Kuru Vansh king, and then you will see that they all had certain miraculous capabilities. So that's the basis of our strength. And so on that, there is a lotus, which means health and beauty, openness and receptivity. So you have seen lotus flower, so which it doesn't decay right in the middle of the bud as well. It kind of, if you put a drop of water, it just let it pass through, and rather than holding it and creating bugs in that, right? So it's a very purity loving flower. So that is every temple that you see, there is a lotus on top of it. inverted lotus. If you go to any temple, um, that's a one sign of Hindu temple. Then there is one more sign. I'll come to it later. So the health, beauty, openness, receptivity. There is a mother. There is a love, care, compassion, dutifulness, which mothers are known for. On the left hand, there is Vedas, which means thought intelligence, right? Kamandal on the right means e-intelligence. It also means nectar of life. It has Amrit in it. Means, through the higher character, through e-intelligence, right? What is e-intelligence? E-intelligence, emotional intelligence, right? So yeah, nowadays people talk about electronic. Yeah, not email. Yeah, EQ. They call it EQ, right? Emotional quotient. Contentment, austerity, simplicity, right? And then that's Kamandal, and then there's the sun, which is action, intelligence. The infinite source of energy and intelligence is the sun, right? So that's what we call it. So in some sense, it's we have kept a picture here to kind of to define our prime objective, to reach to this higher level of intelligence, higher level of consciousness, higher level of, or highest level of realization of your life. And you can think it as a Gyan, Karma, and Bhakti. 3 yogas combined. So left hand Veda is a Gyan Yoga. Right hand Kamandal is a Bhakti Yoga. And the sun on the head is a Karma Yoga. So that combines everything. That also means Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh as well. Brahma is the one with Vedas. Vishnu is the one with the sun always behind their head. It means action, karma, intelligence. Vishnu is all about that. And then Shiva is the Kamandal, austerity, tapasvi. Right? So that's how it in ancient time, the way they used to say how the world was created. So it was said that Brahma did a Yagya with Gayatri and Savitri, right? So Gayatri is a knowledge-facing representation of the Brahman, which is the universal. Savitri is energy-facing representation of Brahman, and Brahma is the identity facing intelligence, right? So you can say together when they combine, right? At the beginning of time, it was just Brahman. Brahman means it had all in one. Everybody is made of 3 things. We all have identity, right? We all have a unique identity. We all have our intelligence, and we all have our energy. Right? So these 3 together creates us as an individual, and that's how the whole every life form is created like that. And the universe is also a combination of these 3. Right? There is an identity of everything. There is an energy level of everything. There is intelligence of everything. You look at a seed, a smallest seed, an apple seed. I think Uncle used to give some other context, like how many apples in an apple seed, and it's like infinite. Nobody can come up with a number, but a seed has an intelligence in it to become a type of tree. An apple seed has an intelligence, right? Nobody can deny it. There is a matter in it. There's an identity to it. There's intelligence to it. There's energy to it. It collects the energy from. It knows how to pull in the elements from the nature, from the sun, soil, and water, and just out of nothing, it just becomes amazing, right? So there is every cell of human body has that capability. It has its own individual existence. It has its own intelligence, and it has own energy, right? So these 3 creates everything. So this is the kind of this. Once you understand this, you understand every existence, right? Once you understand this and you enhance upon these enhance upon your intelligence, your energy, and dissolve your identity, you become universal being. That's what is nirvana, moksha, whatever it is, right? So they created this picture, and that's why this picture, there's no real person like that. Somebody thinks that somebody is going to be like this. It's not possible. It's an alankar. Alankar, what does alankar mean? It's a symbol. It's a model of the life, right? So, and there is a mantra that you see, which mantra is a metering thing. It's like a frequency at which you tune yourself into, and then the uh, and then when you combine with the right thoughts and emotions, you basically connect with the supreme existence, which is the only difference between our existence and supreme existence is a higher level of intelligence, higher level of energy, higher level of or more universal identity, right? Satchitana. Right? What Sat means, higher level of intelligence, Chit, higher level of energy, Anand is higher level of oneness, right? Anand comes from the oneness. All the pains are because we see each other as separate beings, and somebody's happiness is my unhappiness. Somebody troubles me. When you are all inclusive, then you are in an Anand state, right? So that's what the Brahman is, Satchit Anand, right? So difference between us and our goal, right, which is our prime objective, which I hope we all are here for, right? Every action of our life is for that goal. We want to expand, we want to gain higher intelligence, we want to get higher energy. So that's our prime objective, and that's why we are using the mantra, which is a Gayatri mantra, right? Which I explained to you. It's like if somebody knows music has a bits, right? And then there's a song, right? And that's how all the musics are created. So life is a music, then mantra is the bits, and the song is the philosophy of that mantra, right? So song is a philosophy. When you do this chanting of mantra, and when you contemplate upon the philosophy and the visualize the whole idea of life, then it actually works as a beautiful melody of music and kind of enhances it, brings you to a higher level of joy, higher level of energy, higher level of understanding of life. So that's how everybody used to grow, which Vashist, which we say the guru of Lord Ram. It was the kings used to choose a person, like the whole dynasty had a guru as Vashist. Somebody lived for thousands of years while the kings change. It seems kind of illogical, right? So it was like a designation given to us, like a degree, right? Like we are creating scholars, right? It's a degree. So somebody who has a degree, yeah, you call in a scholar, you can expect certain level of intelligence in him, certain level of commitment and character, right? So Vashist was that they were looking for a person with a character who was built by 12 years of meditation. So what is that 12 years of meditation? 12 years of Gayatri Mantra meditation. 12 years of Gayatri Mantra meditation with 6 hours of chanting. So that's how they used to create these levels, right? So that was a minimum level that they would pick as their guru, right? They have to run the country, and you need the smartest person, because who can think about the whole country and maybe guide in the right path. And Vashist is recognized as a Niti Shastra, right? So he used to guide the kings to live in the most fair way. So forgot to click. Okay, so that's Gayatri, and then there is a Yagya which we are going to do here. So whatever ritual you do, you're going to go out and do Sanskars or whatever you do, you will need to at least do a diya, right? That's how our culture talks about it. You have to chant some mantras, right? Even though Gayatri mantra is not you chant other mantras as well, but Gayatri is the mother of Vedas. So anything you chant is actually some specialization of the Gayatri mantra, some particular aspect of Gayatri mantra taken into a different mantra forms. For it's like the sun energy has everything, but you take in a different color form to cure you different disease. So there is all this therapy also being built out, the rang therapy or color therapy, right? Same way, I mean, it's the energy, purest form of energy, which is what the Gayatri mantra signifies, and different colors to it is different other mantras, right? So end of the day, whatever you're going to chant or say in your sanskar is all some derivation of Gayatri mantra, some small part of Gayatri mantra that you are saying. So you're going to do that. So that I explain Gayatri mantra so that you understand what you are actually trying to do through the sanskars, right? So in a way, you are saying Gayatri mantra in one other form, and you should also use that mantra for ahutis and stuff like that, because that's what people do as ahutis. So that's one, and then the Yagya also has the diya, simple diya, ghee diya, which defines the kinetic body, the live evidence of all-pervading sun energy. So diya is a symbol of the energy, right? Intelligence and energy. Mantra is intelligence. The fire is the energy, and identity you all have it your own, right? So you're just building upon this. So if you look at the diya, you can see the picture here. So it's a base, as I'm reading from the bottom. I'll first go on the right side. Maybe I can use a mouse, right? So this the diya base with the ghee is our energy reservoir, accumulation over a period of time, our base muladhar. There's a science behind it. So we have a muladhar which stores the energy. It's our energy store. You eat something, you drink whatever, it comes down there, and then first energy is created there, right? Then as our Rishi says, that there is a cyclone of energy at our Muladhara, right? The first consumption of that energy is by our taken away. First consumption of energy is for digestion, food, and other is a reproduction, right? That's where 90% of energy in today's generation we consume, but you can grow higher in that. So, but the point is that the base is the Muladhara and the key is our energy reservoir. The wick is a twisted cotton is our spinal cord, right? And the wick head is our Yagya chakra, right? And the flame is our ability to act, make a difference, do things, right? So the people who live in brahmacharya, celibacy, they have a higher aura on them, right? Because and through mantras and through Om, and they're just allowing that energy to move forward, and then they build the intelligence, higher intelligence. And so that's the spiritual aspect, if you want to, or human anatomy aspect, spiritual anatomy aspect. If I say science aspect, the ghee is the purest and the most potent food on the earth. The flame, when you do a flame, what happens? The micronutrients of the ghee or oil gets kind of risen up, like with capillary action, and then it's spread around, right? So even though there is one lamp here, right, the ghee is being fed to everybody in the room, believe it or not. We cannot see it, but those micronutrients became part of the air. You cannot see it, but it still affects you, right? So it's a simple experiment. It's spreading around health and bliss. The ghee has it's from cow, which is a very calm and very intelligent animal, right? That's why we pray to the cow for those reasons. Very calm, intelligent animal, very forgiving and very giving, right? They're very compassionate animals. They are. I've heard that if you have a cow in your home and let's say you are sick or something, the cow somehow figures out before anybody else, right? Cow is very attached to its owner, so it's a very divine animal, and that's why we we have that called as sacred. There's no other reason. So you are just spreading her virtues in some sense. It's a product of cow, so it has something of that cow. Some element of cow also comes in it. So those virtues are being spread around, right? And then it's a smallest form of yagya, right? This is what we forget. We all do diya, but we said, hey, I don't do yagya. No, every day you do diya, you're doing a small yagya. It's a very convenient micro yagya that you can do to create a pure, healthy atmosphere, right? So I talked about the first yagya essential, or the sanskar ritual, whatever you're going to perform, is the mantra. The Gayatri is the source of all the mantras, and then yagya is the science of, and it is converting the matter into energy, right? Matter into the heat, matter into the light. That's what is happening. And when you do a mantra with that, what you're doing is you are programming that energy. You're programming that micronutrients to carry the effect of mantra. So that's how it's a whole spiritual science. Okay? Our Rishi Munis used to do amazing feats in their time. Even today, there are tapasvis who can do them, which we don't know. Gurudev has established an Akhand Deepak. Keep me at 90 years? 1926, right? So 1926 to now. Yeah, so it's been 94 years. And he did all his meditation in front of that lamp. And it is said, and he said that anytime you wish something, you come to the Deepak and ask for it. If it is something which you truly need in your desperate time, and it's really something you deserve, and you will get it. Right? So they have those powers because they are emitting that energy. And in front of that Deepak, there is a 24/7 chanting happening. Gurudev did all his chanting. He did at the age of 16. He started this 6 hours of Gayatri mantra meditation every day, just living on the buttermilk of a cow and the barley bread. That is all hid, no salt, sugar, oil, nothing, right? So he did it for 24 years of his life. And then he continued that Deepak. He did all his other sadhanas as well. I have a little small book. I have kept those books there. You can read. It's a very small book which tells about his life, what he did, right? So they carry these amazing healing capabilities or miraculous capabilities if you know how to program that fire. So this is like fire programming we are doing, right? Fire. So that's so combining mantra and this creates a fire program. So that's how we can heal the minds. That's how we can give the health. We can heal the minds. We can heal their emotions. And then the other thing we see in that's why I said third. The third one is the kalash that you saw there, right? There's a kalash mantra. We'll talk about it. But that defines our field of work. So you're doing sanskar, you're doing for something as a subject of it, or something as an object of it, right? Right? You are the subject, and something is your object. It could be a child whose sanskar you're doing, or it could be somebody's birthday you're doing. So I'm going to talk about one of the sanskars as that. So it defines your field of work, and it says the universe and the human life, they are all represented in one way, which is if I say bottom, the mantra, I'm just reading the mantra. The Brahma is the base of it, Rudra is the throat of it, and Vishnu is the coconut is a symbol of Vishnu, right? And then inside of the kalash are mothers, divine forces. We all carry divine forces, different forces within us. That's how divine means one which is beneficial to us, which are nutritious to us. There are our energies that are lying within us. They are divine to us for sure. That's why we are existing. That's why our eyes can see, ears can hear, nose can breathe, mouth can eat, stomach can digest, your heart can beat. Right? These are all different energies that are called mothers. And everything is a combination of Gayatri and Savitri, which is the energy and the intelligence. Peace and full, which, so I think these are all the mantra meanings I put there. You can, read that. So these are three essential things. If you do any sanskar, you need to keep it. I know some people are Vishnu, strict Vaishnavas or Shivais, and they want to do their own idols. That's fine, because it's all a kind of it's another presentation of Gayatri, right? If you say intelligent facing, then it's Brahma. Action facing, then Vishnu. Emotion, identity facing, then it's Shiva. Right? Shivoham, right? This all. So you can do anything, but Gayatri is a universal. It encompasses everything. You can choose whatever you wish to choose, but that's how we we are set up here to do our the Yagya or Sanskar setup, right? So Gayatri is all pictures in one. Kalash is all encompassing the universe, and the Diya is there, all encompassing sun energy, right? So first, I'll go through the Deep Yagya steps, right? So I have books here. I think I have this Hindi books. Now this is a mini Yagya. So there are three ways you can do Yagya, which is today we are doing Deep Yagya, which are like these small books, and I have kept the English books there. If you feel like you can take it, yeah, those are English books, and I have there's one Hindi there. There are two Hindi with me. I mean, if somebody likes to do it in Hindi, but I can get you more books later, or Anup, I can give it to him, and he can also bring it, right? We can order more if you guys like Hindi, but English I have enough. So this book that I gave is the English or Hindi, it's one and the same thing, is the base Deep Yagya. Deep Yagya is a small Yagya. But if you wish to do Fire Yagya, then I have this other book, which is it's in Hindi, and I have some copies there, which is a little longer process, right? And even larger is this one, which you have a copy here, which is the Yagya part is same, but this one talks about all the sanskars and their special mantras, and then also different festivals, and it's like all in one, right? Karmakand Bhaskar, right? This is like a manual of everything. But for convenience, you can use a Deep Yagya, which is a modernized Yagya, you can say. Or if you just want to do the Yagya part of it, which is this, and if you want to do everything all in one, the whole Bible, then it's this, right? Agnihotra is another mini form of. So the Fire Yagya is even higher science, which I think we had done it last year, right? And I believe I shared the slides as well, but you can refer to it. Yeah, so we did it in Livermore Temple. Yeah, that is a much deeper science, you can think of it as, but it takes time. So it's some people find it too long. So that's the main Yagya book, and I have also this Yagya Sanskar book. Unfortunately, I don't have any English, but this one talks about the 10 Sanskar I'm going to cover in here, right? So we'll start our Deep Yagya first, right? So we already explained the different things we have put on the stage. So first we are going to do, first thing of any Deep Yagya is, first you start with the feet of Gayatri Mata, which is water. So you're going to take water, sprinkle it on everybody to bring in the purity. So if you want to open the book, so what we are asking for purity of your body, to have your actions be purified, purity of your mind, your thoughts be purified, and heart to purify your emotions. So if you go to the English book, Pavitri is the step 1 on page 4, right? You can read everything at your own convenience, but we're just going to do the ritual part. As I said, we are purifying for body, mind, and heart. So I'm going to say the mantra. Everybody sit straight, close your eyes, and then Sashwat, who's my fellow volunteer, who's going to sprinkle water on everybody. So, Om Pavitrata Mama Manah Kaya Antah Karaneshu Samvishe Om Pavitratanaha Sanmargam Naye Om Pavitratanaha Mahattam Prayachatu Om Pavitratanaha Shantim Pradadatu. Now, step 2 is Suryadhyana Pranayam. Now you are doing your pranayam. So the previous step also is, the sequence is also very important. When the air is the cleanest? Right. There's one more thing, after rain. Right? So what we did now is we showered upon all of us to kind of, dilute or dissolve all the air pollutants and bring it down, and then you do now you're ready for the pranayam. So that's the science behind it. So you're going to sit straight, close your eyes, focus on the sun, and I'm going to say the mantra. The meaning of it is, O Lord of the creation, the source of divine vital energy, O Mahapran, the very breath of our being, rid us of all evils and endow us with excellence. Om Vishwani Deva Savitar Duritani Parasuva Yad Bhadram Tan Asuva. You're going to slowly breathe in with both the nostrils. Breathe in and fill your body with the vital energy, and breathe out to take out all the disease and pigments. Second breath, breathe in and fill out your mind with all the energies, all the wisdom, all the bright thoughts, and breathe out, eliminating, removing all the negative thoughts. Now breathe in to fill in the energy from the sun, full of your emotions, and breathe out to let out all the negative emotions. We'll slowly open our eyes, and so that's simple pranayam, right? There are different processes, but this basic pranayam is all about connecting your mind to the breathing, connecting your thoughts and emotions to your breathing. Then comes the tilak. So tilak is done on the forehead. So we have this substance here, the sandal powder, and Shashwat is going to touch upon forehead. So you got energy, but you need a control, because otherwise that energy is gone. It's like you got a barrel of explosives with you, and you just throw a matchstick, lighted matchstick on it, it's all gone, right? So that's why we apply this tilak. I think women do that in ancient time. Today also you do it. So the kudos to all the women of Indian culture. Men used to do that too, but because we had to go out, and maybe there were problems in India, which we all know about, 800 years of torture because of what we are. Probably we could only keep it to the household and we could not take it out, right? But there is a very practical solution here. If you feel like, hey, I don't have courage to wear tilak when I go to office, at least dip your finger into the water and just put it here. Anytime during the day you feel your mind is agitated, you're not. So what it does is this tilak will give you a longer cooling effect, but you can do more frequently, just do the Gayatri mantra and put it here, and you will be able to focus better, you'll be able to keep yourself calm better, less agitated, right? So that's what the thing is, though I'm going to say in the Sanskrit, the purpose of tilak. So, and it helps you focus better, right? If you're doing a long meditation, it used to happen to me when after 1 hour my brain will explode. I mean, just too much energy, too much heat builds up. But when you apply this tilak, it increases your endurance. It increases your length of time you can stay in a focused state. Okay, so you're going to say Om Mastiskam Shantam Bhuya. Om Anuchitah Aveshah Ma Bhuya. Om Sirsham Unnatam Bhuya. Om Vivekah Sthiri Bhuya. We'll do Gayatri mantra chanting. Om Bhurvuvah Swaha Tassavitturvare Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Now let's say you are all in a perfect health and you are full of energy and you have complete control over yourself. What you should do? Just sit and sleep. What you should do, right? You should make a good use of it, right? End of the day, this life is given to you to do something, right? To become something something grand, something better than you, right? Every day we are growing, and the time never comes back. And when it's time to leave this world, we will be recognized by what we did. Either we did nothing, then nobody knows about it, and that's one way to live. Or there are people of our culture we know who did amazing, who we call as our we proudly call them as our ancestors. Ram, Krishna, these are our ancestors. The rishis are our ancestors. Everybody has a gotra, right, which is our ancestral rishi. We did great things and we can do them, right? So, but criteria of how do you achieve that? What do you do? So that's why the success of our life depends on this 5 discipline, that daily discipline. This is very important. Every day is a mini life. You get a life as you rise up. You only remember what you did after you woke up. While you are sleeping, it's like a life gone. It's not even there. Right? That life has no meaning. But when you're awake, what are the 5 things you should do? So 5 things is called upasana. Upasana is refill from the source, the larger life around you, right? The sun. This is a picture here, right? This is what upasana means. Sadhana means learn from the masters. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, right? That's stupid when we have so much of our ancestors have given to us. And then practice. Whatever virtues you learn, whatever right thoughts you learn, you implement them. The discipline that you learn. So that is what sadhana. Sadhana is self-empowerment. It becomes stronger than what you are, smarter than what you are, nobler than what you are. So that's sadhana. And aradhana. Aradhana means you love, serve, reach out to people, teach, right? That is what Aradhana means. Aradhana means the whole world is our field of work. Kalash was the previous slide was about Kalash. Kalash means universe, symbol of universe. So Aradhana really means to serve the humanity, serve the nature. Right? So you should do Aradhana, and then for that you need to shell out time and resources. You have to give your time here, unless you set a time aside for something, you will never be able to do it. You have to plan your day, saying this time I'm going to do my meditation, this time I'm going to do my reading, this time I'm going to spend for the society. Nowadays, weekdays, it's completely impossible for us to spend time to do stuff, right? With all. So what we do is we generally say we'll spend an hour in a day, but at the weekend we spend 7 hours to do something, right? Between the 2 days. So that's how you can do it. And what you're going to do as a scholar is going to be an Aradhana only. Right? Go out in the field, help the people in need, right? Who needs a guidance from our wisdom. So you need to set aside time, take a discipline, that a pledge of time, that I'm going to take this much time. And you have to invest your own resources as well. Right? Give $1 a day or whatever you can think of. So that is how you can succeed in anything. Right? If you're asking your child to become a great musician, for example, you're going to say you need to daily motivate him to love the music. Then you have to tell him to practice, which is the sadhana. Upasana is go to the teacher and learn some. The sadhana is go to the teacher and learn. Upasana is motivated. Without motivation, you're not going to do anything. You'll just sit home and do nothing. You have to constantly motivate yourself, fill yourself with the energy from the infinite reservoir, which is out there, all around us. So that's upasana. So you're going to tell, hey, be motivated by. You have to give him motivation. You're doing great. Listen to this, take him to concerts. So these are all upasana. Then sadhana and aradhana. Sadhana is you do daily practice, weekly practice, take him to, right? And aradhana means perform. Unless he performs, he's not going to improve, right? He'll need a feedback, right? And then for that, naturally, you need to give a time and resources. You have to use, right? Even a simple, if you want to teach your child karate or maybe whatever you want him to excel in his life, you need to use this. So it's called USASA, right? So I said here in the title, Daily Discipline, USASA. Very easy to remember. Upasana, sadhana, aradhana, samvedana, ansana. This is the formula of success in anywhere. In your job, if you want to succeed, in your profession, you want to succeed, wherever you want to succeed, you need to be passionate about your profession. That is upasana. Sadhana, aradhana, continuously learning new stuff. Sadhana is continuously learning and becoming a better and better engineer, better and better healer, whatever you want to become, better and better musician. Aradhana means I'm whatever I am. I'm an engineer, but I don't create anything that world can use. I don't write an app on my iPhone, whatever my field of work is. Right? I need to produce something that can be helpful to the society, and that is how I will grow as an engineer. Either I write a program or a website, or because I'm from IT, I give that example, but could be anything, right? You have to build a machine or something which can serve the humanity. That's how you get Nobel Prize or whatever, right? So that's how Aradhana is all about, dedicating your work for the society, and that's how you get. And for that, you need to put in your time, and without the time and money discipline, nothing can happen. So that's the pledge that we are all taking here, and that is, you can think it of as that's the discipline of the Ishwar. What is Ishwar? Ishwar is the law, the ideal, the laws of the nature, laws of the universe. Ishwar, Ish means laws. War means stress, best, the idealist, the ideal laws of the eternal laws, right? These are the eternal laws. So we're going to say Om. So before you do that, I think are we doing the Nadachan? So everybody has that thread with you. You can tie it to each other. It's on your right hand for everybody, and if you're married, then left hand. If you are a married female, then left hand. If you are unmarried or male, on your right hand. So you're going to say Om Ishanusashanam Svikaromi. Om Maryadam Charishyami. Om Virginiam No Charishyami. They're going to say, O Mahakal, to enable us fulfill our pledges of promoting bright future. Right? That's what we are here for. Promoting bright future. In essence, what we are doing, whatever you are doing, no matter what you are doing, it is for promoting the bright future. Right? So the simplest way to put it, I'm doing sanskar, I'm doing this, I'm teaching, I'm doing this, whatever. Simplest way, you're running Bal Sanskar Shala, you're feeding at temples or whatever you're doing. It's end of the day, you want a bright future, right? Bright future for everybody. So promoting, endow us. So I'll repeat, to enable us, fulfill our pledges for promoting bright future, endow us with required energy, temperament, and inspiration. O God, our sincere resolve may be fulfilled, and we may receive your divine gifts grace. Our eligibility for receiving your divine gift may go on increasing, and we may utilize them for common good. Right? So that's that. And then this is about what pledge you are taking, what discipline you are taking into your life. And then the next is a Kalash Sthapana. Right? So there is a mantra for it. I explained that, but I'll just, how do you do back? It always goes forward. That button. Okay. So Kalash, as I explained, it's a universe, symbol of universe, or a unit of human life, which is a field of work. So to be able to do that, you need to have a faith and devotion. Devotion, you have to be selfless. Otherwise, how would you do anything for others? I don't want to say selfless means destroy yourself. Right? Selfless means you have to have a dedication to the higher life, which is called devotion. Right? Devotion and faith. So you need a faith and devotion. So with folded hands, oh God, deepen and strengthen our faith and devotion. Enhance our dedication for sacred deeds. May we, persons of different temperaments and different qualifications, unite to perform all holy rituals and virtuous deeds. Right? So this is like similar to Sahana or this, right? So the whole world is a collective creation. All the forces of nature work together. All gods and goddesses work together. They never fight. I was in a story about Saraswati fighting Lakshmi ji or Kali ji, no. Brahma ji fighting with Vishnu or Shiva. No. Like Ganesha fighting with Hanuman, no. Right? So even though there might be stories one and here, but if you look at it, they are collaborative. Right? There is always a discussion, and healthy competition is always going to be there as part of the evolution of somebody. But they're, in a sense, from their heart, they are all one. So in all the elements of the nature, sun doesn't fight with air, earth, water. Right? All the air, water, sunlight, space, all the five elements work together. Right? There's no fight, fire and water. Yeah, but there's always a balance. They want to. End of the day, all the forces of the nature work together to create life, right? Then they were there to destroy. Maybe you might say, hey, there was a huge fire and things got destroyed. But next year you will see amazing new life. So it's just collaborating in that sense, right? So, with folded hands, I'm going to say the mantra, and that's how we say oneness among all the divine figures that we have in our culture. Folded hand. Om Kalasasya Mukhe Vishnu Kanthe Rudra Samashritah Mule Tasya Sthito Brahma Madhye Matrugana Smrita Kupshautu Sagaraha Sarve Saptadvipa Vasundhara Rugvedo Yajurvedah Samavedo Atharvana Angaisha Saitaha Sarve Kalashantu Samashrita Atra Gayatri Savitri Shanti Pushti Kari Sada Tvai Tistanti Bhutani Tvai Pranaha Pratishtita Shiva Swayam Tvamevasi Vishnusvam Cha Prajapati Aditya Vasavo Rudra Vishve Deva Sapaitruka Tvai Tistanti Sarvepi Yatha Kama Phalaprada Tvat Prasadadimam Yakyam Kartumihe Jalotava Sanidyam Kurume Deva Prasanno Avasarvana. Now comes the Guru Avana. So, Guru is somebody who's your ideal, who guides you. Right? So one thing we know, there are two forms of divine or two categories of divine universe. One is the running the universe. Right? If you do good, you get benefited. If you do bad, you get punished. Right? So that's one eternal laws of the nature which nobody can change. Even our incarnation had to respect that law. Even when it is said during Ram time, he killed Wali. So in Krishna time, he has to take the hit of an arrow from of a hunter, right? So these are unchangeable. Nobody can change that. So that is one form of God, right? And that's discipline we talked about, Ishana Sashanam Swikaram. There is another form of divine, which is there to guide you, to be your mentor, to be your guide, who you can teach you, or who is ready to, give you a mantra diksha so you can, grow in your life. He can give you his part of his energy to help you grow, and who can spend time on you, to mentor you, coach you, whose thoughts you can be benefited from. So that is the called Guru. So there's a Guru and Ishwar. That's how the combination of things are. Right? We call Krishna as a Krishna Vande Jagat Guru because his thoughts inspires us through his books. Right? Gurudev Pandit Shri Ram Sharma Acharya, he wrote over 3,000 books. And he did amazing penance that I earlier alluded. And throughout his life, he taught millions of people how to, live a most amazing life, right? Spiritually awakened life, happy life, and a fruitful life, a noble life, a life where you work and serve the society. Right? And he wrote over 3,000 books, and all these books that you are referring to are all given by him. Right? So it was his dedication to the society and a dedication to our culture. He was a freedom fighter as well. While he was doing all this 6 hours of daily meditation, he would run a press to publish the magazine, the paper on the news from all the different movements and the activities of freedom fighting. So he had been to jail as well for that. He was into some procession and holding a flag of India, and he had taken the blow of lathis, the sticks from the Britishers as well. There are all these amazing stories about him, but he lived a very exemplary life. And that's why we learn from him. So he lived a family life, which is a common norm, right? It's very hard for somebody to live just by himself and herself. There are Swami Vivekananda people who can do that, but it's not a common path. So he established a tradition of family life, and all the sanskars are part of the family life. If you're not living family life, then what's the point of this sanskar, right? So we are here to serve the Gruhasthashram, right? So he lived an ideal Gruhastha life with his wife, and he also said, I'll take a responsibility of children as well. So he had children as well, and he set an example for us. So that's why we call him as a guru. Guru is your guide. So the one who so I'm just going back to the book. The concept of guru is the one who explains the basic laws of the universal management and gives guidance and inspirations to the disciples in their day-to-day life by example and by precepts, right? So that's the concept of guru. So with folded hands, we're going to pray to the guru. Om Akhanda Mandala Akaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Yatha Suryasya Kantistu Shri Rame Vidyate Hiya Sarva Shakti Swarupayai Devyai Bhagavatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurave Namaha. Avahayami Sthapyami Pujaya. Okay, we'll come back to this. So we'll continue our Deep Yagya, and then we'll continue with the other slides as well. So now Dev Namaskar. So what are the Dev is who inspires us. There are so many. Dev really means the people who live for the society. And but what made them Dev is their virtues, not their name, not how they looked, not their gender, not their color, not their clothes, right? That doesn't make anybody Dev. We have so many, we hear about sadhus who do bad things. It's not their external kind of personality which should qualify them as a Dev or not. So that's why in Deep Yagya, very specifically Gurudev has focused on the virtues. So there are 9 virtues that we must recognize in the society among each other as well, and collab and kind of support those virtues in growing in the society. So what are the 9 virtues? This is the generosity is the very first virtue. So folded hand Om Sarvabhyo Dev Shaktibhyo Namaha. The other one is to work hard for your self-development. Tapasvis and sadhus. Om Sarvebhyo Dev Purushebhyo Namaha. People of a very high energy. Om Sarvebhyo Mahapranebhyo Namaha. The people who spend their life fighting evils. Om Sarvebhyo Maharudrebhyo Namaha. The people who spread the enlightenment, knowledge. Om Sarvebhyo Aditebhyo Namaha. The people who are embodiment of affection and kind feelings. Om Sarvebhyo Matru Shaktibhyo Namaha. The people who spread higher virtues and thoughts. Om Sarvebhyaha Tirthebhyo Namaha. And the vidyas are like Gayatri is a Mahavidya, Mantra Vidya, Yoga Vidya, right? These vidyas are very important. They excel you. They are the tools of excellence. So we Om Mahavidyai Namaha. And finally, Mahakal. Mahakal means the ultimate God, which doesn't let evil to go out of control, right? And always there to come in the right time. So Om, Etat Karma Pradhan, Shriman Mahakalaya Namaha. Okay. Now we'll do Panchopchar Puja. So we offer 5 things in any ritual to the gods or goddesses. We can, if people have their Ganesha, you can, in a puja, you might say, hey, I have this idol, Vishnu idol, whatever, Shivling, whatever you want to use. Or you can use a simple supari, vitula, which is a symbol of the earth itself, closest to the earth, flat bottom and right, North Pole, North, South Pole. At the end of the day, whatever you're doing is for the earth, right? Whatever you do, good or bad, is helping earth or hurting earth. Right? You cannot do anything to Mars or Jupiter or different galaxies or planets. Right? It's all happening here. And so you can, that's why you can use Sopari, which is symbol of earth. So we're going to 5 things. So all that we do so when we offer water, which means our faith in whatever virtues that you are offering it to. Ganesha has the virtue of success. Shiva is the virtues of auspice, always bliss and auspiciousness. So it just when you offer water means you express your faith, your infinite dedication to it. When you offer rice means your commitment. Like I'm going to commit certain time to work on this virtues or enhance these virtues in the society. Okay? Flower means do it joyfully. Dhoop deep, we always put lamp and agarbatti, which means our personality and our own capabilities. Right? We express I am whatever I am. I have a presence in the society. People know me. My influence I'm using for enhancing those 9 virtues that we talk about. Right? Every god and goddesses are different blend of this nice of 9 virtues. Right? You can say that. So when we offer Naivedya, it's part of our wealth and resources. So the different part of what we have earned for what we have, we are offering a part of it for any virtues to build up. That is called pujan. Purpose of pujan is to give a part of you for that deity. It could be anything, which is some higher virtues that you call as deity. So we're going to offer that with folded hand. Om Sarvebhyo Devebhyo Namaha Jalam Gandhakshatam Pushpam Dhupam Deepam Naivedyam Samarpayam Tato Namaskaram Karo. Om Namo Svanantaya Sahasramurte Sahasrapadakshishirorvahave Sahasranamne Purushaya Sashvate Sahasrakoti Yugadharine Namaha. After that, we do lighting of fire. So, why fire? Fire teaches us to rise up. Fire always goes up, doesn't ever goes down. Fire gives us light. We always strive for knowledge. Fire means energy. We always live in a very active, healthy, energetic life. Fire spreads out and creates fires in others. So whoever comes in touch with you, you make them energetic and knowledgeable and committed to higher virtues like you. And then fire spreads fragrance. So always share what you have. Spread all the goodness in you. So we're going to start the lamps here. So if you want, that's convenient here. Logistically, we can have everybody in that plate put a lamp next to them, so they feel the closer connection to it. right? And then we light it. So either we can light everything here and then take in their plate and sit next to it. But that might be better, right? So you light your lamp, and I think other ones, Shashwat will light them all here in front. So, so light and pass on. Agnenaya supatharai asman vishwani deva vayunani vidvan yuyothasma juhuranameno bhuvistam te nama uktim vidhema. Yeah, I think we have enough lamps. So you have fire in front of you. You're doing a meditation upon it, which is a meditation of. It's also called sun meditation. Fire is a symbol of the sun, right? And it's a real thing, right? It is the key. I explained the micronutrients are coming out and coming to you. Every pore of your skin is absorbing it. It's coming through your nose, through your eyes, through your breathing. You always get it. So, and that's what sun is also doing. What sun is doing is all that is out there, the plants and everything is just spreading its goodness around. That's why we say we should have more and more trees cover in the. That's what is being spread around. So we're going to do. So the Gayatri Stavan. As I said, Gayatri is everything. You can ask anybody of Indian culture. Gayatri is everything. Even though you might be Vaishnavite, Shivite, whatever you want to call yourself, I am a Ganeshji follower or Hanumanji follower, Ram follower. But if you go back in the history, in their ancestry, you will see that they were all. Everybody wears a janoi. Any god you see has this janoi. You will not see any god without this of Sanatana Dharma, right? So every Rishi used to wear. Ram had janoi, Krishna had janoi, Yagya, right? So that's what I mean. They all used to do meditate upon the Gayatri mantra, which is everything in the universe, everything divine out there is through the Gayatri mantra chanting. They used to gather it. It's like when you do mala, what you're doing is like a water wheel. You kind of bring it up, water wheel. Right? So energy you're absorbing and rising it up. You're feeling with the light, divine light, energy, wisdom. So the Gayatri Stavan is in Sanskrit, which I'm going to chant, and there is a Hindi as well, in English meaning as well. Does most of you understand Hindi? And Sanskrit, I don't know how. If you don't understand Hindi, do you understand Sanskrit? So very few, right? So I'll just say this. This is what you can. If you learn this, you can meditate very easily. Right? The biggest problem with any person meditating is you don't know what to think. Your brain cannot sit idle. Right? It needs something to go on. Otherwise, it's going to explode, saying, what am I doing here, sitting, doing nothing, right? Even though there's a fire in front of me, what do I do? It cannot shut off. Right? It cannot shut off. It cannot. It's like shutting off. Can you switch off your heart? So how do you think you can switch off your brain? It's not going to shut off. So if you learn these things were created to help you meditate, right? So I'll just say Hindi because it'll make more sense to people. So I'm going to say, what are you meditating upon? So I'll say, शुभ ज्योति के पुंज अनादि अनुपम ब्रह्मांड व्यापी आलोक करता दारिद्र दुख भय से मुक्त कर दो पावन बना दो हे देव सविता. Right? There are 12 stanzas. Punatu mam tat savitur varenyam. Gayatri mantra has tat savitur varenyam. Right? Punatu mam. It's purify me. Right? So did you understand the first part? Then I say, ऋषि देवताओं से नित्य पूजित हे भर्ग भव बंधन मुक्ति करता स्वीकार कर दो बंधन हमारा पावन बना दो हे देव सविता. Very beautiful. The third one is हे ज्ञान के घन त्रैलोक्य पूजित पावन गुणों के विस्तार करता समस्त प्रतिभा के आदि कारण पावन बना दो हे देव सविता. Right? Fourth is हे गुण अंतःकरण में विराजित तुम दोष पाप आदि संहार करता शुभ धर्म का बोध हमको करा दो पावन बना दो हे देव सविता. Fifth one हे व्याधि नाशक हे पुष्टिदाता ऋग साम यजुर्वेद संचार करता हे भूर्भुवः स्वः हमें स्व प्रकाशित पावन बना दो हे देव सविता. Sixth one सब वेद चारण सिद्ध योगी जिसके सदा से है गान करता हे सिद्ध संतों के लक्ष्य शाश्वत पावन बना दो हे देव सविता. Seventh one हे विश्व मानव से आदि पूजित नश्वर जगत में शुभ ज्योति करता हे काल के काल अनादि ईश्वर पावन बना दो हे देव सविता. Eighth one हे विष्णु ब्रह्मादि द्वारा प्रचारित हे भक्त पालक हे पाप हरता हे काल कल्पादि के आदि स्वामी पावन बना दो हे देव सविता. Eighth one हे विश्वमंडल के आदि कारण उत्पत्ति पालन संहार करता होता तुम ही में लय यह जगत सब पावन बना दो हे देव सविता. 10वां है हे सर्वव्यापी प्रेरक नियंता विशुद्ध आत्मा कल्याण करता शुभ धर्म का बोध हमको करा दो पावन बना दो शुभ योग पथ पर हमको चला दो पावन बना दो. फिर 11वां हे ब्रह्मनिष्ठों से आदि पूजित वेदज्ञ जिसके गुणगान करता सद्भावना हम सब में जगा दो पावन बना दो हे देव. 12th one is हे योगियों के शुभ मार्गदर्शक सद्ज्ञान के आदि संचार करता प्रणिपात स्वीकार कर लो हम सभी का पावन बना दो. So this is entire purpose of your meditation comes in this. If you figure out some, there is also Gurudev has written Gayatri Chalisa, which is in you can think about the Gayatri Chalisa, sing it in your mind when you are doing your Gayatri mantra chant. So anytime you do any meditation, you can only do the singing part, right? Singing means thoughts and emotions is singing, or you can also add beats to it, which is a Gayatri mantra. So which one will be more effective when you have all together, right? So that's why we used to do this Trikal Sandhya, Gayatri Mantra bits are running, and then the meaning of Gayatri Mantra is also, this is like a little expansion of it, like an essay on a Gayatri Mantra, you can say. Right? It's a song on Gayatri Mantra, but very simple. उस प्राण स्वरूप दुख नाशक सुख स्वरूप श्रेष्ठ तेजस्वी पाप नाशक देव स्वरूप परमात्मा को हम अंतरात्मा में धारण करें, वह परमात्मा हम सबको सन्मार्ग में प्रेरित करे. Very simple. If you can think that, if one line can sit in your head for 1 hour, go ahead. If one line cannot sit in your head for 1 hour, maybe learn this 12 things and every mala just focus on one stanza. And you will be able to achieve that meditativeness that you're looking for. And see how beautiful the words are. Right? So anybody who wants to learn meditation, they should pick up some such song that you can play in your mind while you are doing the meditation. Otherwise, it's very hard to do meditation. So I'm going to say just 2 stanzas already. With folded hands, look at the light. Om Yan Mandalam Deeptikaram Vishalam Ratna Prabham Brahmanadi Rupam Daridra Dukha Kshaya Karanam Cha Punatu Mam Saviturvarinyam Yan Mandalam Veda Vidopagitam Yat Yoginam Yoga Pathanugamyam Tatsarva Vedam Pranamami Divyam Punatu Mam Tasaviturvarenyam. So first they tell you what song you should sing in your mind, and now we are going to say, now you do Gayatri Mantra. So that is the next step after that, which is Gayatri Mantra Ahuti. So everybody know meaning of Gayatri Mantra? I mean, I said it, but in English, there is this. So be inspired by the Creator, be illuminated by true wisdom, be integrated in creating bright future heaven on earth. That is what Gayatri Mantra. We all believe in creating heaven right here. Heaven on earth, heaven on earth, heaven on earth. We don't believe in waiting for a heaven after the death. That's not. We talk about mukti and everything. It's not never after death. It's too late. You lost all your possibility of doing mukti if you're dead. This is the time you can do, where you have power of action, you can do something. You have no. When you're dead, what do you mean? You lost your power of action. Right? No power of action. What can you do sitting on a fan on or hovering on the? You cannot talk to anybody, you cannot touch upon anybody. This is the time you can do anything. Right? So that's why Tulsi Das ji said, Karma Pradhana Jagata Rachiyata. This world is and build upon action. Action is the main part. So now we are going to Gayatri Mantra. All these means be, as I was just maybe going tangent on, creating heaven on earth. Right? But you got the point, right? There are other meanings also. I think I maybe in my introduction I said there is a YouTube channel there that I composed in my own meaning of Gayatri Mantra that I came up with, but you can see them. Actually, it's on my slides. You can start my search for Limit Chapter on YouTube. And you see some of the creation that we have done, Sashwat and I, and with Kips and everybody. So you're going to Gayatri Mantra Ahuti. So Om Bhurva Svata Savitvanam Bhargo Devasa Dhimahi Dhiyo So that's Swaha Idam Gayatri Idam Namo. So what you're doing is you're taking the energy from the sun, from the nature, from the source, and then to build up your intelligence. Yo Yona Prachodayat means build up your intelligence, build up your energy. Yo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurva means everywhere. Tasavidurvarna means the Surya Chandra Tare Madharti Anupam. Right? The whole creation is Tasavidurvarna. And I explained in the Gayatri Stavana as well the word Tasavidurvarna. Bhargo Devasa Dhimahi means come live in my soul, come inside me, and Diyo Yona Prachodayat, increase my intelligence, increase my energy. So that's how it's four part. Om Bhurva, the physical, mental, emotional world, universal thing. Tasavidurvarnam, the sources. Bhargo Devasa Dhimahi, coming inside you, you absorbing it. Diyo Yona Prachodayat. It is staying inside you in a form of higher intelligence and higher energy. And then Swaha Idam Gayatri. Now you have a fire. So now you're programming the fire. So what your Yagya, the purpose of Yagya is to create an atmosphere of positivity around you in your home, in your creating an ecosystem out of it. Right? We are creating an ecosystem in the society through whatever you're doing, Sanskars and everything. It is to create an ecosystem of Sat Chit Anand in the society. That's what you're trying to do, right? If you say I'm just laying a brick, then you're missing the point. You're building a temple. That's what you're doing. You do every sanskar. What is it? Just don't have a micro understanding of it. You're building a temple. You're creating the whole new era. That's what Gayatri Parivar's mission is. The Gurudev said, Yug Nirman Yojana. We talk about changing the whole era. Manushya mein devatva ka jagran, dharti par swar ka avran. Create a divinity in mankind and create it. So the mission that Gurudev started is all inclusive, right? And everything is happening as part of that mission. The whole world is changing. He predicted so many things. He said, don't think only physical power is everything. There are other powers. So we're going to do Gayatri Mantra, chanting to create an ecosystem of positivity around us, because since around us, we are always being inspired by it. And then whoever comes in our contact is also being inspired. In your house, then you're making a divine house, right? So we'll do 11 times Gayatri Mantra Ahuti. Sit straight, close your eyes, and have this meaning. Swaha idam Gayatri Mantra. All that goodness that I gather, let that be part of my ecosystem. Om Bhurghuvaha Swaha Tasavidurvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha Idam Gayatri Idam Namama Om Bhurghuvaha Swaha Tasavidurvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha Gayatri Idam Namama Om Bhurghuvaha Swaha Tasavidurvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha Idam Gayatri Idam Namama Om Bhurghuvaha Swaha Tasavidurvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha Idam Gayatri Idam Namama Om Bhurghuvaha Swaha Tasavidurvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Yo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha Idam Gayatri Idam Namama Om Bhurghuvaha Swaha Tasavidurvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Yo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha Idam Gayatri Idam Namama Om Bhurghuvaha Swaha Tasavidurvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Yo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha Idam Gayatri Idam Namama Om Bhurghuvaha Swaha Tasavidurvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Yo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha Idam Gayatri Idam Namama Om Bhurghuvaha Swaha Tasavidurvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Yo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha Idam Gayatri Idam Namama Om Bhurghuvaha Swaha Tasavidurvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Yo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha Idam Gayatri Idam Namama Om Bhurghuvaha Swaha Tasavidurvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Yo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha Idam Gayatri Idam Namama. Mahamrityunjay mantra. This is another beautiful mantra. Right? It asks you to elevate your soul towards the immortality. So Gayatri mantra is a vision. Mahamrityunjay mantra is your mission for this life. Win over all the material bondages. Right? That's your mission for this life. Gayatri mantra is for eternity. It's with you. Vision. It's a vision. Vision is for eternity. And Mahamrityunjay mantra for this life, this particular life that you're living. So you're going to say, I also song on that. You can see in the YouTube. I think I have keep both the songs together. So, हे त्रिनेत्र महादेव हमें मृत्युगामी बंधनों से मुक्त करो, जैसे एक फल पके और स्वयं डाली से अलग हो, वैसे ही समय पर पुष्टि और मुक्ति प्रदान करो. It's for your health and for your mukti. रोग शोक सब हर हर लो, जीवन रस से भर भर दो, निर्मल पुष्टि पर प्रदान करो, अमृतमय मुक्ति प्रदान. Right? So that's, you can think of some meaning out of it. These words, right? You put together. Sanskrit is a very beautiful language. It doesn't have a, you can, our Rishis created a sequence in a way where it is from pronunciation perspective, how it gives you the appropriate effect. Meaning, you can connect. Every sound has an effect on you. Sound is the only thing which travels everywhere. Light doesn't travel inside you, but sound travels. You say Om, you can feel your tailbone. Higher Om, 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 Om. You can feel your whole body just through Om. Sound penetrates everywhere, right? So this is all the sound therapy. So Mahamrityunjay mantra. They were created, mantras were created in a way that it, changes your personality, your ecosystem, your internal system. So we'll do 3 Mahamrityunjay mantra ahuti. Om Trambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityormukshiyamamrutat Swaha Idam Mahamrutyunjaya Idam Namama Om Trambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityormukshiyamamrutat Swaha Idam Mahamrutyunjaya Idam Namama Om Trambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardanam Urvarukamiva bandhanan mrityormukshiyamamrutat swaha idam mahamrutyunjaya idam namama. Now comes Purnavati. So whatever you have learned, you have to practice. So that's what Purnavati says. We made from Purna, we want to become Purna, but you have to walk on this stable path of Upasana, Sadhana, Aradhana, Samadhana and Anushtana. That's what that's your golden path. That's how you're going to reach to that mission, your goal of becoming complete, perfect in every aspect. Krishna is called Purna Purush. All the divines are complete human beings. We are incomplete. In divine, we are. Swami Vivekananda used to say we are on the path of divinity. We are the gods in making. Right? We are all gods in making. We call God as our friends. We call God as our husbands and wives and whatever you want to call. Right? We have very close relationship with them. We treat them equal to us. Just a higher level of consciousness in that. Right? So we are in a journey to it. But we have a personal connection. So we're going to say, we believe in setting a personal connection. So we're going to do Purnahuti, which means the same thing that we'll do Upasana, Sadhana, Aradhana, Samadhana, Anushtana. And through that, we can achieve that success. So with folded hand, Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Swaha Om Sarvai Purnagam Swaha. Now we'll do Arti. Arti means when you do all your efforts and then you still need grace from the higher life, then you do Arti. Right? So Arti, the different Artis are there. Jai Jagdishwari Arti, Gayatri Arti, Satmarg par hum chalao, jo hai Sukhdata. There are different. There is another Arti. The Artis are like, it's typically people come when there is an Arti, but that's the wrong. Like you haven't done your part and now you're asking for something, then as if God is dumb. Who's going to be there? Like Arti is a time when you basically appeal to the God, saying that, hey, I have done, I'm doing, and I'm trying my best. Oh teacher, give me some extra marks. Or at least pass me. If there is 1 or 2 marks less than what I have, that maybe whatever passing marks are there, I'm a little bit behind, give me a TKT or whatever grace marks, yeah. So that's what this is. So we'll put it in, oh God, taking inspirations from the life of great men, we may learn to live a life devoted to you. All our time, labor, influence, intellect, and fortune may be utilized for your sake. And we may be blessed with your grace. We may also get elevated lights like saints and never cease to experience your presence within us. So stand up with your Arti plate or the Diya plate, and we're just going to इनको कैलाश को कुछ दे दो, हाथ में हॉट हो जाएगा. Combine, yeah. Om Yam Brahma Vedanta Vido Vadanti Paramam Pradhanam Purusham Tathamye Vishwodgate Karanam Ishwaram Va Tasmai Namo Vita Vinashanaya. Om Yam Brahma Varunendvaru Drumarudaha Stunumanti Divya Istavai Vedai Shangavadakramopanishadai Gayantiyam Shamaga Dhyana Vastu Tadgatena Manasa Pashyantiyam Yogino Yasyantam Navidu Surasurgana Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Jayati Jaya Gayatri Mata Jayati Jaya Gayatri Mata सतमार्ग पर हमें चलाओ जो है सुखदाता. जयति जय गायत्री माता. Now there is a Yagya Mahima. So why we do Yagya? Yagya is for external alignment, external purification. Whatever internally you are good, it's going to be meaningless unless you can create an external alignment. So that's why rishis used to create an ecosystem. It used to be said that in a rishi's ashram, even the wild animal will become tame, and they'll forget that I should kill for food, right? So a tiger will not kill a deer will not be afraid. So this was it is also, we have heard the stories about a king with a question enters into Rishi's ashram and he finds the answer right there. So they used to create an ecosystem, right? So that's what the Yagya is for, create an ecosystem. Create an ecosystem of our values and virtues and our energy and our consciousness, so that everybody gets benefited out of it, right? As Swami Vivekananda used to say, soul begins from you, but it has no end, right? Let your soul expand and encompass everything around you. The whole ecosystem be part of you, right? Be an integral part of you. And it all breathes and lives and thinks and feels just like you. Right? So that is what the purpose of Yagya. So there is a Yagya Mahima. So we'll sit down and we'll sing this. Yagya Rupa Prabho Hamare Bhava Ujjwal Kijiye छोड़ देवे छल कपट को मानसिक बल दीजिए वेद की बोले रुचाएं सत्य को धारण करे 31 पेज चलो समझ लो हर्ष में हो मग्न सारे शोक सागर से करे अश्वमेधादिक रचाए यज्ञ पर उपकार को धर्म मर्यादा चला कर लाभ दे संसार को नित्य श्रद्धा भक्ति से यज्ञादि हम करते रहे रोग पीड़ित विश्व के संताप सब हरते रहे कामना मिट जाए मन से पाप अत्याचार भावनाएं शुद्ध होवे यज्ञ से नर नारी की लाभकारी हो हवन हर जीवधारी के लिए वायु जल सर्वत्र हो शुभ गंध को धारण किए स्वार्थ भाव मिटे हमारा प्रेम पथ विस्तार हो इदम नमम का सार्थक प्रत्येक में व्यवहार हो हाथ जोड़ झुकाए मस्तक वंदना हम कर रहे नाथ करुणा रूप करुणा आपकी सब पर रहे यज्ञ रूप प्रभो हमारे भाव उज्ज्वल कीजिए छोड़ देवे छल कपट को मानसिक बल दीजिए प्रभु मानसिक बल. And page number 32, you will see Yuga Nirman Satsankalp, right? So it explains the good principles of life, right? It says, firmly believing in the omnipresence of the God and his unfailing justice, we pledge to abide by basic divine principles in dharma. Right? Considering body as a temple of God, we will ever watchful to keep it healthy and full of vitality by adopting principle of self-control, order, and harmony. And with view of keeping our mind free of inrush of negative thoughts and emotions, we shall adopt regular program of study of ennobling and inspiring literature, which is Swadhyay, and keeping the company of saints, satsang, right? We will vigilantly exercise strict control over our senses, thoughts, emotions, and in spending our time and resources. We will consider ourselves integral, inseparable part of the society, and we will see our good in the good of all. We will abide by basic moral code, refraining from wrongdoing, and will discharge our duties as citizens committed to the well-being of the society. We will earnestly and firmly imbibe in our lives the virtues of wisdom, honesty, responsibility, and courage. We will constantly and sincerely endeavor to create an environment of loving kindness, cleanliness, simplicity, and goodwill. We'll prefer failure while adhering to basic moral principles to so-called success, obtaining through unfair and foul means. We will never evaluate a person's greatness by his worldly success, talents, and riches, but by his righteous conduct and thoughts. We will never do unto to others what we would not like to be done unto us. Members of opposite sex, while interacting with each other, will have a feeling of mutual warmth and understanding based on purity of thoughts and emotions. Will regularly and religiously contribute a portion of our time, talent, and resources for spreading nobility and righteousness in the world. We will give precedence of discriminating wisdom over blind traditions, right? We will actively involve ourselves in bringing together persons of goodwill in resisting evil and injustice and in promoting new creation. We will remain committed to the principles of national unity and equality of all human beings. In our conduct, we shall not make discrimination between persons of on the basis of caste, creed, color, religion, region, language, or sex. Right? We firmly believe that each human being is a maker of his own destiny. With this conviction, we will uplift and transform ourselves and help others in doing so. We believe the world will then automatically change for the better. Our motto is "Hum badlenge, hum sudhrenge." So when we transform ourselves, the world will be transformed. When we reform ourselves, the world will be reformed. And then finally, the next step is Jai Ghosh, Gayatri Mata ki, Yagya Bhagwan ki, Ved Bhagwan ki, Bharatiya Sanskriti ki, Bharat Mata ki, Param Pujya Gurudev ki, वंदनीय माता जी की, एक बनेंगे नेक बनेंगे, हम सुधरेंगे, हम बदले, ज्ञान यज्ञ की ज्योति जलाने जाएंगे, right? So that's what you're going to do as being a scholar. नया सवेरा, नया उजाला, right? नया समाज बनाएंगे, नया जमाना बनाएंगे, जन्म जहां पर, अन्न जहां का, वस्त्र जहां के, ज्ञान जहां से, वह है प्यारा, देश की रक्षा कौन करेगा? माँ मानव मात्र, नर और नारी, जाति वंश सब, धर्म की अधर्म का, प्राणियों में विश्व का सावधान, हमारा युग निर्माण योजना, वंदे वेदमातरम. Right? So this is all non-controversial things. Everybody will agree to everything that I said so far. We are all united. That is what the Deep Yagya does. It talks about the core, basic, the lowest denomination among all of us. Right? So now we'll of our Indian culture. So Visarjan with folded hands. So we'll do rice and flower and say goodbye to all the divine powers that we have invited in collective form. Like we said, Sarvebhyo Maharudrebhyo Namah. So you can think of Hanumanji and Parshuram and whoever you want. Right? Sarvebhyo Adityebhyo Namah. All the Vyasas and Vasistas and books we wrote, we read. Yeah, if everybody wants to do it, yeah, we can do that. Visarjan and Shanti Abhisinchen. We can do first Shanti Abhisinjan while we are sitting, and then we'll do communal Visarjan. And then we can take a break if I'm being too long, right? So while you sit down, I think this Shashwat is going to sprinkle the Kalash water. Water collects our thoughts and emotions. That's how our rishis used to do shrap and ashirvad, just by taking water and say something and sprinkle it, and it used to happen, used to materialize like that.
People are actually using that idea. If you watch a movie called basically the concepts behind the water collects emotion, and that is what actually they are doing. And they are also talking about the five elements. We always
And another thing is, since we did a fire, the whole air has reduced the moisture content, and all the nutrients has scattered around. With water, we are settling down back upon us and benefiting. So it's like Abhisincan, Shanti Abhisincan, right? Peace in your heart, peace from this deep space into our heart. So these are the mantra meanings. So we'll say the mantra. I'm sure people would understand Sanskrit, Vedic Sanskrit. We'll sit straight, close our eyes, and Shashwat do a very nice sprinkle on everybody. Keep on doing it until we complete the mantra. Om Yo Shanti Antarikshagvam Shanti Prithavi Shantirapah Shantiraushadayah Shanti Vanaspatayah Shantirvishve Devah Shanti Brahma Shanti Sarvagvam Shanti Shantireva Shanti Saman Shantiredi. Om Shanti 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 Sarvarishta Shantir Bhavatu. ऑफिस में भी सब जगह liberally use कर लो water को. So with folded hand, we'll say goodbye to all gods and goddesses, and then everybody can come, offer their flowers, and go for the break. Right? People have been sitting very patiently. Thank you, everybody. And we'll have some other slides. I'll go over it once we are back. Hopefully, I have time. I don't think I'll not take that much long. The next slide should be quick. Om, with folded hand. Om, yeah. Yantu deva gana sarve puja madaya mamakim istakama samruddhyartham punaragamanaya cha punaragamanaya cha.